Yeah, so I've been asked today to comment on how research and clinical practice intersect in HIV rehab and aging. So some of the key areas for me as a clinician, research provides an opportunity for evidence appraisal. So being able to look at the evidence, find out what is valid, appropriate for the population that I'm working with and the conditions that I'm working with. It helps to support clinical expertise. So along with experience, I've been here 7 years and I've been a physio for 36 and a half years now. But along with that, there has to have a knowledge of the most recent research findings, be them positive or negative, because we have to be able to adjust our clinical programs to manage the changing populations and changing issues. Research also informs client-centered decisions. It also, for me personally, the biggest impact is treatment planning, program planning, justifying resources, justifying changes in our interprofessional team that we have here at Casey House. And finally, it also helps to professional development, keep the clinicians continuously improving. So what did I learn from today? Some key points for me with respect to physical activity, that it can, people who have higher levels have a lower level of disability. That seems like a very obvious statement, but what I take home from that is we need to maybe emphasize physical activity more for our clients. Some of our clients cannot engage in exercise. It's just too high barrier. So it's really important to provide them with opportunities just to be physically active. And that doesn't have to be just PT or OT. I also work with part-time inpatient physio and occupational therapists. I call them the dynamic duo. That's Manjeet and Bobby. So all three of us together, do a lot of work around rehab, but physical activity can be screened and promoted by other members of the team. Our social service workers, our rec therapists do a wonderful job. So those are some of the thoughts about physical activity and disability. In terms of frailty, that's actually a really important area of practice for me. We're trying to, so the evidence that Natalie provided today, clinically, that would be evidence I would use to help develop a aging and HIV clinic here in the outpatient program, which we have been working on. And on the inpatient unit, so things like getting a geriatrician to consult and focusing on doing frailty screening so that we can direct our clients to the appropriate care. So they could be referred to our inpatient physio's dance and movement class. They could be referred to my PT-led exercise class, my falls prevention class, which is called Steady on Your Feet, and also the seating and mobility clinic that Bobby, the OT, and I have recently funded and developed to provide mobility devices for our clients as they age. Let me see here. And then finally, the chronic pain. What did I learn about chronic pain? Well, everything that Francisco said is I totally agree with. I hear that from my clients on a daily basis. It does seem to be a lot of systemic neglect. So peer-related activities can also be very important for people living with chronic pain. So clinically, what we do, first and foremost, probably trauma-informed care, use of harm reduction principles, acknowledging what clients are saying, validating what they're feeling, using phrases like your pain is real, pain is personal, we're here to support you and help you, provide you with tools. And research helped us to decide that we needed to have a self-management program. So Manjeet, Bobby, and I launched the Making Sense of Pain through Pain BC. here at Casey House as well for inpatients and outpatients. So research really helps to justify all of our treatment programs and will help to promote our advocacy for future programs.